Good evening. This is EmoNews, every moment online. In tonight's headlines, Dominican student achieves historic milestone as first UTT Nautical Science and Maritime Operations graduate. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force honors 37 officers for outstanding service. Academics, DeVry team advances Bridge to Brilliance initiative during high-level meetings in Dominica. St. Martin Primary School mourns the passing of long-serving secretary Mrs. Selena Schillingford. And Thai woman found alive in coffin moments before cremation. These stories and more coming up next. Stay with us.
We're at the different phases in life. We move at a different pace. All we need is to be supported. Cause when the baby's coming, business needs revamping, the new job starting, and you need an outfit. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up. The wedding's planning, rent due dates coming. Momentum is your support financing. Let momentum hook you up. Momentum will hook you up.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you had a good day. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and this is a news broadcast for November 25, 2025. Kicking things off in local news, a young Dominican scholar, Oniska, has achieved a remarkable milestone, becoming the first Dominican to graduate from the University of Trinidad and Tobago's UTT, Nautical Science and Maritime Operations Bachelor's Program. She completed her studies with outstanding distinction, earning magna cum laude first-class honors. Oniska shared that her academic journey began on a whim, driven by determination and a clear vision to attain her degree. After securing a scholarship from the American Caribbean Maritime Foundation, she embarked on what would become a transformative and challenging chapter of her life.
Good evening, Dominica. My name is Onicia Bruno, and today is truly a milestone in my life. I began this journey for a simple goal. I wanted my degree in the maritime field, a passion that started with my father, Oscar Bruno, who was a captain. He was my very first inspiration, and this achievement is deeply connected with him. The road wasn't easy. I earned a scholarship from the American Caribbean Maritime Foundation and pushed through many challenges. A period of illness, being away from home, and even losing somebody very close to me. But with resilience and faith in God, I continued. Today, I am honored to graduate magna cum laude with honors, and even more proud to be the first Dominican to graduate from UTT's Nautical Science and Maritime Operations Bachelor's Program. I want to thank my mother, Nara Winston, my family, my friends, and the amazing lecturers at UTT who believed in me. I am grateful to Trinidad for becoming a second home during this journey. This moment means everything to me. I'm excited to represent Dominica in the maritime world.
As she celebrates this major accomplishment, Oniska reflects on resilience, growth, and faith, echoing the words of her late father, Carpe Diem. The Ministry of Tourism and the Discover Dominica Authority, DDA, congratulates Rosalie Bay Distillery, RBD, and Oceans Forward on receiving a silver award at the 5th Annual Anthem Awards in the category of Sustainability, Environment and Climate, Product Innovation or Service, Nonprofit. The international recognition highlights Dominica's growing leadership in environmental innovation and sustainability.
The Ministry of Tourism and the Discover Dominica Authority congratulate Rosalie Bay Distillery and Oceans Forward on receiving a silver award at the 5th Annual Anthem Awards. This is a proud moment for Dominica. It highlights our growing leadership in conservation, innovation, and strengthens our position as the nature island. Rosalie Bay Distillery is the world's only conservation distillery and directs all its earnings to marine protection. Their work shows how responsible enterprise can support our environment and create sustainable opportunities for our communities. This award matters because it places Dominica on the global stage as a country that protects what makes us unique.
Rosalie Bay Distillery earned this distinction for its pioneering approach as the world's only conservation distillery. RBD dedicates 100% of its earnings to local marine conservation, while producing ultra-premium craft rums traceable from farm to glass at its facility in Rosalie. This model advances Dominica's position as a nature island by demonstrating how responsible enterprises can directly support long-term environmental protection. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force honors 37 officers for outstanding service. The Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force (CDPF) recognized 37 exceptional police officers on Sunday night during an awards ceremony held at the State House Conference Center. The event marked the official close of Police Week 2025, celebrated under the theme Serving with Pride, Protecting with Purpose. Representing Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, Finance Minister Dr. Irvin McIntyre delivered the feature address describing policing in a democracy as both noble and demanding. Dr. McIntyre said the ceremony was an important opportunity to honor officers who have gone above and beyond, demonstrating exceptional teamwork, leadership, problem-solving skills, and meaningful engagement with the public. He extended heartfelt congratulations to all awardees, but reminded them that the honors come with added responsibility. Among the 2025 awardees were Acting Sergeant Gavin James, Investigator of the Year; Sergeant Norman Alexander, Prosecutor of the Year, Out District; Acting Corporal Yuli Baptiste, Outstanding Officer of the Year, Administration; Constable Emran Joseph, Outstanding Officer of the Year, Special Branch; Acting Sergeant Sherwin Mitchell, Corporal of the Year; Sergeant Eddie Bellot, Outstanding Leadership, Traffic Department; Acting Sergeant Kimani Peters, Outstanding Officer of the Year, St. Joseph District; Acting Corporal Daniel Ormond, Outstanding Officer of the Year, Grand Bay District; Constable Brendel Sanford, Outstanding Officer of the Year, Marigot District; Corporal Dion Moses, Outstanding Officer of the Year, Community Policing; Acting Sergeant Miguel Pascal, Outstanding Officer of the Year, Criminal Investigation Department; Constable Zechariah Roberts, Outstanding Officer of the Year, Special Service Unit; Special Constable Albert Coffey, Special Constable of the Year; Acting Corporal Derrickson Fontaine, Special Constable of the Year. The ceremony celebrated dedication, discipline, and exemplary service across the police force as Police Week 2025 came to a close. Also in local news this evening, the Academics DeVry team has successfully concluded 2 days of corporate engagement in Dominica. Holding strategic meetings with the Dominica Association of Industry and Commerce, DAIC, the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force, Republic Bank, CCCU, and the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association. These meetings focus on advancing the Bridge to Brilliance initiative, which provides 50% tuition scholarships for all qualified Dominicans, waived application fees, and direct online pathways to certificate, undergraduate, and graduate programs. Joining the delegation was Mr. John Evans, Director of Corporate Partnerships at DeVry University, who introduced corporate stakeholders to a suite of new benefits available through partnership with DeVry. These include dedicated corporate partnership support, customized training solutions, complimentary soft skills sessions, co-branded certificates, flexible online programs suitable for staff at all organizational levels. The team also began exploratory discussions on creating long-term affordable education financing options for Dominican learners, signaling a commitment to expanding access to higher education and professional development. According to the academics DeVry team, significant opportunities are on the horizon, and Dominicans are encouraged to stay engaged. And with some sad news this evening, the St. Martin Primary School community is mourning the loss of its beloved school secretary, Mrs. Selena Shillingford, whose passing has brought deep sadness to staff, students, and the wider public. Mrs. Shillingford was more than an administrative team member. She was the warm and reassuring presence who greeted every student, parent, and teacher who walked through the school's doors. Her kindness, dedication, and calming spirit made her an integral part of the St. Martin Primary School family. Her commitment to the school and her genuine care for its community touched countless lives over the years. Colleagues describe her as a compassionate, dependable, and deeply treasured by all who knew her. The St. Martin Primary School extend heartfelt condolences to Mrs. Shillingford's family, friends, and everyone affected by her passing. The institution notes that it will continue to honor her memory and the many contributions she made during her years of service. And that's all for local news this evening. Stay tuned for regional news coming up next. And now for regional news. Guyana says it will begin exporting fresh produce directly from its interior to CARICOM countries within 12 months. President Irfin Ali announced a plan at the Sword turning for a new airport terminal in Batika, calling it a major step toward boosting regional food security and expanding hinterland agriculture. Improved air links are expected to cut transport time, open new markets for farmers, and support CARICOM's goal of reducing its food import bill by 25%. The new BK terminal is also expected to lower travel costs and enable future innovations such as drone logistics and medevac support. In culinary news across the region, the Taste of the Caribbean 2024-2025 event brought together national teams from across the islands for a celebration of Caribbean cuisine and culinary excellence. This year's results are in. Bronze medals were awarded to Aruba, Antigua and Barbuda, Barbados, Belize, Curacao, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Silver medals went to Grenada, St. Lucia, and Turks and Caicos. And taking home the gold medal, along with the title of Caribbean National Team of the Year, was Bonaire, recognized for outstanding performance and excellence across multiple culinary categories. A proud moment for Bonaire, whose team members were all smiles on stage holding their awards as the Caribbean celebrated another year of creativity and vibrant regional flavors. And that's all for regional news this evening. Stay tuned for international news after this message.
Look yours, it's not just a game, it's our game. Dominica's very own jackpot, Match 5.
And now for international news this evening. In Thailand, a cremation ceremony came to an abrupt stop when a 65-year-old woman, thought to have died the night before, was discovered alive inside a coffin. Staff at a temple in Nonthaburi say they heard faint knocking and saw the woman's arms and head moving just moments before the planned cremation. Her brother had transported her from nearly 500 kilometers, believing she had passed away after becoming unresponsive at home and being mistakenly declared dead by local officials. When the coffin was opened, the woman was conscious. She was rushed to a hospital where doctors found she hadn't suffered cardiac or respiratory failure, but was in severe hypoglycemia, a condition that can mimic death. The temple has offered to cover her medical care as she continues treatment. Also in international news, a long-dormant volcano in northern Ethiopia has erupted for the first time in recorded history. The Heli Gobi volcano in the Afar region roared to life early Sunday, its first known eruption in more than 12,000 years. The blast sent towering plumes of ash and sulfur dioxide across Ethiopia and over the Red Sea, with ash reaching nearly 49,000 feet. Aviation officials from Africa to India issued warnings for possible flight disruptions. No casualties have been reported, but ash has blanketed nearby villages, threatening grazing land for local herders. The volcano, part of the geological active Erta Ale range, continued erupting through Monday before easing. And with some sad news this evening, reggae legend Jimmy Cliff has died at the age of 81. His family announced Monday that he passed away after suffering a seizure followed by pneumonia. Cliff, a Jamaican music pioneer with a soaring tenor and a gift for socially conscious songwriting, helped shape the rise of reggae in the 1960s alongside icons like Bob Marley, Toots Hibbert, and Peter Tosh. He became an international star in the early 1970s with his role in the landmark film The Harder They Come, portraying aspiring musician Ivano Ivan Martin in a story that brought Jamaican music and culture to the global stage. The film soundtrack, featuring Cliff classics such as You Can Get It If You Really Want, Many Rivers to Cross, and The Harder They Come, is still celebrated as one of the greatest in music history and a pivotal moment in reggae's worldwide breakthrough. For a time, Cliff stood shoulder to shoulder with Marley as reggae's most prominent voice. His family thanked fans around the world, saying their support had been his strength throughout his career. And that concludes international news. Stay tuned for the sports segment after this message. And now for the sports segment. The DABA Women's National Basketball League officially gets underway this Wednesday, and fans can expect an exciting season opener. The first game put 767 SC Giants head-to-head with the Detroit Wings at the Massac Indoor Facility. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. this Wednesday, the 26th. Women's basketball returns to the court, and it all begins Wednesday night. The DABA Premier Division finals are heating up. The best-of-5 championship series is now tied 1-1 after the Paybush Super Eagles claimed Game 2 with a 12-point win, defeating the BAA Sharks 82-70. For the Eagles, standout performances came from Shama Felicity with 21 points, Ethan Boland with 18, and Lenin Paul adding 17, while Kaylan and Kaloy Paul clipped in 12 each. The Sharks were led by Christian Scotland, who poured in 27 points, followed by Jimal Peltier with 15 and Jaden Scotland with 13. Game 3 tips off Wednesday, November 26 at 9 p.m. at the Massac Indoor Facility as both teams battle to take the series lead. And that concludes the sports segment this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service.
Attention all officers, OptiShop has cracked the case on all overpriced prescription eyeglasses and sunglasses. A major deal was uncovered and a 30% off discount is now available for all members of law enforcement to commence Police Week. Consider this your citation for savings. Visit OptiShop today to save.
And this brings us to the end of tonight's news broadcast for November 25, 2025. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis. On behalf of the entire newscast, we say thank you for viewing. This has been Emo Nightly News, every moment online. Good night.